Hi guys, let's make this lace bag with ruffles together. I made this one from recycled fabric, but you can use whatever fabric you want. This project is pretty easy, so it's beginner friendly. You'll need 2 squares of fabric. If you want a more beginner friendly fabric, use cotton. My squares are 75 centimeters wide, 75 centimeters long, but you can just adjust the measurements if you want a smaller or bigger bag. Then you will also need a long ruffle strap of fabric. The old pillowcases that I got this fabric from also had ruffles, so I just used them, but you can do the ruffles yourself. Now get one of the squares and fold it in half. You can pin it to make sure it stays in place. Do the same thing with the other square and put one on top of the other. Align them and pin everything together. Now we are going to trace the shape of the bag on the folded fabric. You can see on the left side that both of the squares were folded there, and on the right side or edge you can see the loose ends. It's important that you put the squares like this so you can trace the outline of the bag correctly. My measurements are 30 centimeters, 25, 61 and 6 centimeters, but I forgot to show you in the video. This one will determine the width of the straps. After you cut out the shape, you should have 2 bag looking pieces of fabric. One is the face and one is the back of the bag. Then I just measured around 4 centimeters of each corner for the 2 pieces, made a mark and cut them so I get round corners on my bag. After you just cut the corners, you will need the 2 bag looking pieces and the ruffled strap. You can line them and see exactly how long the strap should be, because it depends on how big the bag is. Take one of the 2 bag looking pieces, place it right side up. My fabric doesn't have a right side, so it doesn't matter. Take the ruffle strap and place it on top of it, but be careful to line the seam of the ruffles with the edges of the bag. You put the endings of the ruffles towards the center of the bag. And you can take the second bag looking piece and put it over right side facing down if your fabric has a right side. Pin the pieces together and sew straight stitch at 1 centimeter seam allowance. If you have a serger, serge what you just sewed, but if you don't own one, just like me, just use the zigzag stitch on your sewing machine and sew right next to the straight stitch you just did. This will help the fabric and the stitches not to break or fall apart. You can also trim any excess fabric. For the strings of the bag, that will help you close and open the bag, you will need 2 straps of the same fabric or a different one. Mine are 39 centimeters long and 3 centimeters wide, and just fold them like this. So you'll have the string that is 1 centimeters wide. You can iron them or pin them and just stitch and sew with use a straight stitch and sew with a 1 millimeter seam allowance. Now we have to fold and pin at 1 centimeter distance the top part of the bag and the straps, but leave a hole in the center of the top part. We'll sew there the strings that we just made earlier, and they have to be right in the middle. I just measured it to get it right. Be careful here not to pin or sew the ruffles instead of the straps of the bag. get one string, put it like this, fold the edge of the fabric over, pin it and sew it there. After that, fold the string upwards and finish the seam. What you did on this side, you have to do it on the other side too. Now we'll have to sew the straps together, align them and make sure that the ruffles are falling downwards. For this one I used the zigzag stitch, but you can use the straight stitch if you want to. Then I sewed the two ends of the ruffle strap together with a straight stitch, then cut off the excess fabric. Turn the bag right side out and it's ready. Subscribe for more tutorials and tell me what should I do in the next video.